Hello, I'm Cassie. Welcome back to my allotment journey. I'm sorry it has been such a long time, and I'm especially sorry to those who I know have been looking out for it, believe it or not. So that's to Andy and Lorraine, Jackie and Jess, and even my son-in-law, Matt. So I'm going to try and get back into the swing of doing these videos. I have been doing quite a bit of filming, but I've just never had the time on the day or soon after to do the editing, which I'm not very good at. So they've kind of gone by the wayside. It has been such a busy last few weeks. The whole of August was just mad with heat and harvesting and competitive shows. So I am here back. I'm here at my main allotment site. No, nothing has collapsed behind me. That is a trellis that my husband dug out from the bindweed behind me. We were going to take it to the village show, but we turned out not to need it. So there it is. That's what that's doing behind me. Let me just check. Have I got... I'm looking a bit red in the face and a bit scruffy, but that's okay. But I was watching last night some footage of myself that I took with a great big insect or something on my eye. So at least I haven't got that this time. What have I got? What have I got here? I've got a little pile of things which are just sitting on my allotment bench at the moment. But I thought I would just make a little video, get on with it and do something. So first of all, I'm going to take you up to what I call my plastic site, because there's quite a lot going on up there and quite a bit that needs to be harvested. I don't have enough stuff to put it all in. Let's go and have a look. So yes, I have to say that my plastic plot has been probably the most productive of all of my plots, disparaging as I have been. And it's really made me think the plants have really benefited from not being strangled by weeds, perhaps with the exception of the beans. My wildflower meadow has still got a lot of blooms on it tucked in amongst. They've been going for months now. And there's actually, you can see there, a stray pumpkin plant climbing over it. Now my pumpkin plant has been sadly denuded of the massive pumpkin that was kind of sat in that space there. It was humongous, and I'll try and put a picture of it in. It did win the heaviest pumpkin competition in the local flower show, which I was very proud. But there's still a lot growing on all of these plants here. I thought that some of them had come to an end, but I think it was probably just I hadn't watered them enough, and they've all come back to life again once I've taken some of the bigger plants, some of the fruit off them, which is what I think they need. So here, before these get to be too big and turn into marrows, I'm going to pick these courgettes. I think these are Romanesque courgettes, but I'm not entirely sure. So that's maybe a couple of courgettes there. Stick them in a plant pot. Sorry about the floppy camera. I think there are also, yep, there's another one over here. These are all quite small, and that's deliberate because they are tastier to eat like that. And picking them encourages the plant to grow more, even more courgettes. And that one really is quite little. I think I might leave those ones. What else have we got? Yes, I saw earlier. So these little curved ones, they grow to quite a nice shape, so I'm going to leave them for a bit. I have had so many yellow courgettes. So many yellow courgettes. It's unbelievable. They never twist off properly either. You always lose a bit at the end, unless you cut them, and I haven't got enough hands to cut and film. So I think we can spare a bit of courgette that comes at the end. So that's those. Now the really exciting thing here, for me is that I've got some more uchiki curry little mini pumpkins forming. See, there's some there as well, forming on this plant, which I thought had given up the ghost, but no, it's got more life in it yet. So that's really nice. And then let's have a look at all the tomatoes. So these are my very wild and unruly mainly Crimson Crush and Consuelo tomatoes. I have had so many pickings off them, and there are so many more tomatoes to come. Those that are ripe already, and those that are not yet ripe. So I'm going to be going for a while, and it's a complete jungle. It's been completely poorly managed, because when I went away on holiday, they kind of went wild, and when I came back, it was kind of too late to do anything with them. I wouldn't have been able to find the right bits to cut, really. So I'm going to pick some of those in a moment. I've just left my pot up there, and I've got some more pots waiting for me there from when I just came up earlier. But I just want to give you a bit of another tour first. And here we've got my sweet corn patch, which has been so prolific, perhaps a little even too prolific, because I just haven't been able to keep up with all of the corn, the magnificent corn that's been growing. Let's pick a cob and show you. This, I think, is possibly the second cob. I'm going to pop it down there. Oh, it's going to roll away. Trying to do this one-handed is not ideal. Look at that. Look at the corn on that. Absolutely beautiful. There. I'm going to leave that for now. Yes, you'll see what I mean. And I've had 48 plants planted, and they are still giving me corn. It's amazing. So that's the corn. And then, oops, through here, we've got my bean frame. So that I thought was, well, it had quite a slow start actually, or maybe it was just that I started it off late. But yes, it's now doing really well, and it's probably gone on beyond many of those that were ready earlier. So the only trouble is I've got all the beans mixed up, because I kind of filled in gaps and didn't properly remember what I'd planted where. But what I want to show you is the things I'm absolutely loving, and those are these. Let me just pick it without collapsing the whole thing. There we go. Yes, these. So these are Gigantes beans, and so they're what? Look at them. Look at that. They're like butter beans, I guess, but they're the beans that you get if you go to the Greek islands, or Greece itself, Gigantes beans, and they you have to wait until the pod has kind of dried out to harvest them, but they are absolutely beautiful. And I've got a full jar of them at home. Whoops, dropped it. Good start. I've got a full jar of them at home, and I'm really looking forward to having those in the autumn in soups and stews. So I've got a few of those to harvest. And then here I've got a load of, now I think they're French beans. I'm harvesting them as if they are French beans, like those. And they're just loads. There are loads of them. Every time I come back, I see small. Some of them have kind of gone rather too big. But yeah, I'm going to pick all of those. Still got beautiful flowers, so there's still going to be lots more beans to come. And the same goes for the Gigantes beans too. So I might be a little behind, but I'm going to be going on longer than many people. So that is really, really exciting. So as you can see, this has been a really productive plot. You can't actually see many of the pumpkins. Well, you can't see any of the pumpkins that I've harvested, and they are all sitting in my shed, and I'll show you. So for now, I'm going to get on and pick some of those tomatoes and some more of those beans so that I can take them down and take them home. So I'll show you what I've got at the end of the session. That took longer than I expected, and I haven't brought enough containers with me as usual, but this is where I've got to so far. So yeah, I've squeezed all of those courgettes and that one corn that I picked on camera into one of the flower pots. I've got a big bowl of tomatoes there and another big flower pot of tomatoes there, covered with some raspberries, some sort of very nice yellowy red raspberries that are quite delicious. So yeah, somehow I'm going to have to carry the 3 of them down to my main plot. But anyway, that was a very productive session. I've got lots more beans to pick, I've got lots more corn to pick, and I've got lots more tomatoes to pick, but that'll have to wait till tomorrow or another day. So let's go and see what else is going on the allotment. So, got them back to the bench with only a few slightly squished raspberries and a couple of dropped tomatoes that have rolled down the path as in the disaster stakes. So, let's have a look at what else is going on the plot at the moment. So here on my main plot, and guess what we've got? Tomatoes! Yes, my random little tomato plant, the spare I couldn't bear to throw away and popped in on the Taybury sticks. It's growing nicely and has given me lots of tomatoes already. My Cavolo Nero kale, which I didn't expect to grow, and if it did grow I expected to be fully eaten by caterpillars, has miraculously survived and seems to be thriving. There's a few plants there. My celery and celeriac doesn't look to be doing a lot, but we'll give it time. The darker ones are the celeriac and the paler ones are the blanched celery. Celery, not a salary. It'd be nice if I could grow a celery, wouldn't it? There's a courgette there, growing too big. Some patty pan courgettes there. I'd already had quite a lot of these, so those are nice and really need picking. I've got some quinoa growing here, which I have to confess I don't really know what to do with, but I will work it out. So there are 2 plants of quinoa there, so that's probably a meal there. Massive cosmos, which is only just starting to bloom really, so there should be a lot more of that. My lovely poppy seeds and that thistle is still there. The parsnips look like they're doing really well. I'm not going to tempt fate, I'm just going to leave them. My sweet peas still need de-seeding, but they've dried out nicely and I'll get some lovely seeds off those. But also there's a few little sweet peas growing up in the middle of them still. My leftover sunflowers that I popped in here, one of them's grown really tall and lovely. I love these dark red ones, so that's really nice. I think my cucumbers have just about had it, although if I say that they'll surprise me and there'll be one there, but I did take some off only a couple of days ago. No, nothing waiting there. The leeks are coming along. Yeah, I could actually pick a couple of those probably, but mostly they're too small. A very overgrown salad bed. It's all gone to seed. And if I don't do anything about it, there'll be some more salad, lots of it very soon. My big brassica bed looks like I've got a nice red cabbage forming there through 2 lots of net, so it's not very clear. But yeah, there's a nice cabbage forming there. I've got some purple sprouting, which I thought was going to be much later, but isn't, is now. I've got some sprouts, little sprouts forming there. And some more sprouts doing very well, actually. Oh, hang on, let me get focused. Sorry about that. No, I'm trying to find a good angle on them. Why can't I focus on my sprouts? Let's stick you up in the net. There you go. Oh, what are we doing? What's happening? Sprouts, there we go. Don't say I don't give you a good time. Yes, actually lots of purple sprouting. I think I'm going to have to harvest that as it's going to go to seed. I really thought that was going to be a winter crop. Oh well. Some nice cabbages forming here. Look at the shape of that one. I know it's been a bit eaten, but there's still some nice tight cabbage within there. And over there too. Now, I don't recall, maybe did I plant fennel? But I seem to have fennel. I also seem to have a little chard plant there. And goodness knows what else. Now that's interesting. Look at the decoloration on that leaf there. Polka dot leaf. That's some bug or other, not quite sure what. Now, I'm going to insert at this point, I think, the film that I took of me discovering the millions of caterpillars on these brassicas, which the temptation was to just pull the whole damn things out because they were so dead. But look at this, they're actually regrowing. And I've had that happen before, which is why I left them, in fact. Let them be munched, leave them open, because really you're not going to get any benefit from them being covered again after that. And the blessed things regrow. So that's great news. Not so great, and I've really had bad luck on this. I'm really not going to do it again. I'm going to go back to my habit of sowing in modules, because I've planted seeds here and I've just got weeds. I did get some radishes here, which are probably now monster radishes. Let's have a look. Monster radish. Another monster radish. I've left them far too long. Maybe not monster radishes, but look at that one. Anyway, yes, radishes seem to do okay. And here we've got a self-seeded pea shoot plant. Well, it's obviously a pea, but it was from the peas that were grown for shoots, I think. But nothing else except weeds. Really overdue weeding again. How many times have I weeded this pot? I do not know. Look at those dock leaves. They look like they've been there forever. Honestly, I have weeded things. Now, my flower bed, I have to say, is not looking as impressive as I'd really hoped it would do. I mean, I have to be fair to it. It's done a lot this year. So we've still got some of the salvia there. Gladioli are now past it. Let's just give a last little look at the glory. And then I've got this dahlia, which actually, I just always seem to catch them between flowers. Stop it. The gladioli is stopping me filming. Yes, that beautiful dahlia there, a colorette dahlia. There's a lot more coming, but I always seem to come just between them. Right. No roses on the rose bush, but it has done some lovely roses, so we'll move on from that. And the hollyhocks are having their last flush of bloom. Lovely hollyhocks. And amongst them, I've got a few little raspberries. Oh, there's another gladioli. Hey, say hello, Gladdy. There we go. My beetroot. Let's have a look if I've got a beetroot. Yeah. They're soldiering on. Oh, I can't get it to focus. They're certainly not going to win any prizes. But there are beetroot there. Yeah, I'll let them carry on and see if they get any further. Now, here's some more beautiful dahlias. And some more beautiful dahlias. Next year, I'm going to be much better at growing dahlias. I've got plans. I'm going to put them in that big space in the plastic pot that I haven't used. I'm going to grow lots of dahlias there. But more about that later. Pretty dahlias. More weeds. Dandelions everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. I'm going to do a bit of a strim, but that's not going to really help for in the long term, is it? And here are some more lovely dahlias. And the sedum with a bee. Hello, bee. Do you like my sedum? I like it too. Well, that's lovely. Right, what have we got here? Okay, a blueberry stem. That needs a bit of help, doesn't it? A globe artichoke. My asparagus plants, which I know I need to cut back. Possibly now or soon, but they just look so happy and I'm going to leave them. Although they also have regrown their weeds very considerately. Now, this looks like an absolute mess, which I suppose is a fair comment from myself. It's got stingers in, which is the worst thing because it's also got carrots. Shall we do the traditional pulling of a carrot? Honestly, I've had so many carrots out of here, and I only planted one. This one not been eaten. That would have been a nice one, but it's been eaten. I only planted one lot of carrots. Well, maybe I planted some more, but sowed some more, but these are the only ones that actually did anything properly. And we're still getting carrots. They're a little bit hairy and a bit old. But yeah, I don't actually eat a lot of carrots, so it's just for the fun of growing them, really. Can I get some more out? Possibly not without a troll. A troll? A trowel? A troll might get them out. Do trolls eat carrots? Ow! Oh, I've just prickled myself, that's it. More leeks there, and more weeds. Every time I do this, there are so many weeds. You must think I just don't do any weeding at all, and I really do. Oh my goodness. In my word. My pumpkin arch has not got very far off the ground, but to be fair, it's growing some rather splendid pumpkins. And those ones are at least hanging. I really need to tie this in again, don't I? Need to get some string and tie that up. But look, lots and lots of little pumpkins and not so little pumpkins. Wow. Lovely. Is there any more? Oh look, there's a lovely little orange one down there. Some chicory. It tucked amongst that salad bed. And another couple of little pumpkins over there. Plus my marigolds in the distance, the strawberry patch. And that's about it on this plot. So quickly time to whiz over to my new plot, and we shall see what's going on there. I think I missed out those raspberries. Don't they look lovely? Anyway, they're just on the end of this plot. This is walking on to my new plot, but look at Arta's tomato. He's let it go rotten. What a shame. It was a bumper, a massive whopper of a tomato. Honestly, he's growing on plastic too, and he gets a lot of really good results. Look at that one. Look at that one. And it's not a tomato, but it's a big warty squash. And a lovely butternut squash he's got there too. How lovely. And here's my new little plot. I've not brought the keys with me so I can take you in the shed. I think I've done some other footage of the shed, so I'll add that in here. Here's my cosmos in a pot that needs, get out the shade, that's the light, that needs deheading so that it grows some more flowers. Do you know, I really thought, I'm just saying, anyway, killed that bit. Oh, there's lots to do. It's been so prolific. I'll come back and do some more in a bit. Let's show you what else we've got here. So yes, another weedy plot, but lots of beans growing up there. Not exactly the actual beans yet. Some of the plants are doing well and they've got flowers on, so that'll do. And yet the pattypan courgette plant, the other one here, that's had a lot. I've already taken quite a lot off it and it's still doing nicely, still looking healthy. Whoa, I spot a snail on my celery. Now that celery and celeriac, which was the leftovers from the ones I've just shown you, I think they look a bit healthier. Maybe it's the manure I put them in. And then under this one, we've got some more brassicas, the ones that went to seed after holiday. Yeah. Some Romanesque broccoli, not doing anything yet, but that'll hopefully do something later. Some more kale, and some more, I think that's red cabbage, isn't it, at the back there. And over here we have a wilderness. Oh my lord. We've got tomatoes where I didn't actually plant any, but they are, I have no idea what sort they are. We've got beans, not happening very well there. Beans on my Sputnik sticks that I couldn't, and gave up trying to put into the proper pyramid. Butternuts, I think this is a butternut squash plant, but I'm not entirely sure. I didn't plant that either. So yeah, the summary is, that was just me throwing those old radishes there. Don't tell anyone. It's my plot anyway, who are you going to tell? All the things I didn't plan to doing better than the things I did. But there we go. What fun. Some beetroot growing there and some spinach growing there. Now those are doing nicely, aren't they? I think I did plant something else. Beetroot, spinach, and what else? Not tomatoes, but that is what's... something there. What is it? I can't remember what that's supposed to be. Oh well. Oh, hang on. Turnips. Squashed turnips. There are some turnips growing under there, amongst the stingers. Oh well, we'll see what comes of them. Oh, look at this. Oh, the excitement. Oh, they finally come to something. I have some borlotti beans that I thought were going to be big, tall ones, and they're dwarf borlottis. Oh, that's come off. Oh no, no, it hasn't. Yeah, but those beautiful beans. So those are borlottis that you have to let dry. But they don't get eaten. They're so close to the ground. Why are you dwarfs? I don't think I had dwarfs. I thought I had tall ones. Anyway, really pleased. And then we have another wedding dress of netting here, which has gone everywhere. And that's yet more kale, and you don't really need to see more brassicas, do you? I'll just shovel that net up a bit. Now here, I think I don't know if I filmed it or not, but I completely dug out this rhubarb patch because it was a horrible mess. Well, it's only a little mess now. Messy again. But yeah, the rhubarb looks a lot healthier than it did. See, in there and in there. So that's good. Those have come back to life, as rhubarb does. And then my kind of forlorn hope chilli patch. Well, we have red chilli. Amazing. See? Told you it would happen. Well, I told you it might happen. And it has. Look at those lots of chilies on these little plants. Growing outside quite happily. Planted late. And they're okay. They're doing good. I think I'll get lots off those. And then the other day, I did try and film this footage and it doesn't look very good. I put in some cauliflowers, which I've left foolishly but exhaustedly uncovered. Oh, just do your best, cauliflowers. If you don't grow, you don't grow. And some more dahlias that I got at a bargain price. So I just whacked them in. Here we go. I'm going to say hello to this very pretty dahlia. Hello, dahlia. Strawberry patch there, completely covered in grass. And the rest of the pot unworked and covered in plastic. But that's okay. I only got this plot in June, I think. Or July. And I hadn't made plans for it. It's done quite well. I've had stuff off it. And it's got the shed. Should we go and see if we can peek through the windows of the shed? Where it says Merry Christmas Allotment. I'll ask kids, but look. Let's see if it actually works and we can see something in there. Oh, we can. Look. Do you see? Do you see my pumpkins? Full of pumpkins. Whee. Look at that. Really pleased with that. Woo, I like that effect. What a silly video. Right. So I've just given the main plot a quick trim with the strimmer, and it always feels so much better when I've done that. Just see, yeah. I mean, you probably can't tell, but I can. The path's a bit clearer. The paths between the plots, the beds are a little bit clearer. And the other thing I just quickly wanted to show you before I go, and I will have to go soon, is the bit of John's plot. There's a bit of John's plot that he's let me use. Now, you might recall, I think the last time you saw it, it was full of potato plants. Bit of a sad tale on the potato plants is that I did no dig potatoes, and I don't think it really works. I'm sorry, Charles Dowding. 2 years in a row, I have wasted so many potatoes that came up. I tried to cover them with compost in between the lines, but they just all went green, and I'm gutted. Such a waste. So this has had all the potatoes taken out of them. I did get a few. I put in some autumn broad beans, put them in a bit late, but we could still be in with a chance of some beans there. And then I've put in loads of seeds, and hardly anything has come up. Hardly anything. Now, it may have been because it was too dry, but I really am not going to bother. Everything that's green you can pretty much see is weeds. I actually really even dug over this pretty much. Got all the weeds out, but nothing much growing. There's one solitary, I don't even know if you can see that, but kind of, woo, there. One solitary peppermint chard has come up. There should have been some winter onion. Oh, there's a couple of winter, last time there's like 2 seeds from each pack has germinated. And I'm just not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to direct sow unless it's carrots, radishes, and even then I've been eaten, some of them. Look at that. But what else is in this plot is my leftover sweet corn. So yes, I was really short of sweet corn, wasn't I? And I planted some more. My leftover squashes, ditto. So there's a lovely crown prince there, and behind it a lovely polar bear pumpkin. I'm just going to leave them for now, see how big they get. And another one there, which I can't remember what that is. And then down here, another one of these lovely, you'll see some in my shed if I haven't already shown you. Those lovely ones there. Get the grass away. Yeah, look at that. So that's lovely, and there's a little one somewhere over there. So that's not been an entire waste of time, but I don't think I've made as best use of this bit of land as I could have done. Still, I've had a lot going on. Okay, so I shall say goodbye for now, and see you again next time. Hope you enjoyed it. Do remember to like, subscribe to the channel, press the bell, and if you can, make a comment, because I love to hear from you, whether you're a member of the allotment community, friends or family. So do say hello. Take care for now. Bye bye.